Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello my friends and thoroughly, I'm Ismiyanti and this is my presentation. In this time, I'll present about the giving and receiving feedback. Okay, so what is giving and receiving feedback? In life as much as in work, it's important to know how to provide feedback to others, effectively and constructively without causing offense. There are many opportunities in life for providing others with feedback, from commenting on the way that your colleagues has carried out a task or to discussing your children's behavior with them. And communication styles. It's important to understand each communication styles and why individuals use them. For example, the assertive communication style has been found to be most effective because it incorporates the best aspect of all the other style, and communication style is include 1 passive, 2 aggressive, 3 passive aggressive, and 4 is assertive. And what is passive and what is aggressive? Okay, passive is individuals who use the passive communication style often act indifferently, yielding to others. Passive communicators usually fail to express their feelings or needs, allowing others to express themselves. Frequently, a passive communicator's lack of outward communication can lead to misunderstanding and build up or resentment. At the same time, these communicators can be safer to speak with when a conflict arises, because they most likely will avoid a confrontation or defer to others. Passive communicators often display a lack of eye contact, poor body posture, and inability to say no. Passive communicators also act in a way that people never consider any feelings, and but passive communicators are also easy to get along with. They follow others and go with the flow. Example of passive communicator is 1. It really doesn't matter that much, or I just want to keep the peace. And the next is, so what is aggressive? Okay, it's often a payment when someone communicates in aggressive manner. You will hear it, you will see it, you may even feel it. The aggressive communication style is emphasized by speaking in a loud and demanding voice and maintaining intense eye contact and dominating or controlling others by blaming, intimidating, criticizing, threatening, or attacking them, among other traits. And aggressive communicators often issue comments, ask questions rudely, and fail to listen to others, but they can also be considered leaders and command respect from those around them. An example of aggressive communicators is, I'm right and you're wrong, or I'll get my way no matter what, or it's all your fault. And the next is, what is passive aggressive and what is assertive? Number 1 is passive aggressive. Passive aggressive communication style users appear passive on the surface, but within he or she may feel powerless or stuck, building up a resentment that leads to sitting or acting out in the subtle, indirect, or secret ways. Most passive aggressive communicators will mutter to themselves rather than confront a person or issue. They have difficulty acknowledging their anger, use facial expression that don't correlate with how they feel, and even deny there is a problem. Passive-aggressive communicators are most likely to communicate with body language or lack of open communication to other person, such as giving someone the silent treatment, spreading rumors behind people's backing, or subtaging others' efforts. Passive-aggressive communicators may also appear cooperative but may silently be doing the opposite. An example of passive-aggressive communicators is 1. That's fine with me, but don't be surprised if someone else gets mad. And sure, we can do things your way. Then matters to self that your way is stupid. And the next is assertive. So what is assertive? So to be most effective form of communication, the assertive communication style features the open communication link while not being overbearing. Assertive communicators can express their own needs, desires, ideas, and feelings, while also considering the needs of others. Assertive communicators aim for both sides to win a situation, balancing our right with the rights of consider. Assertive communicators can express their own needs, desires, ideas, and feelings, and while also considering the needs of others. And one of the keys of assertive communication is using I statements such as I feel frustrated when you are late for a meeting, or I don't like having to explain this over and over. It indicates ownership of feeling and behaviors without blaming to other person by using I statements. An example of assertive communicators, that is one, we are equally entitled to express our self respectfully to another one. And I realize I have choice in my life and I consider my option and I respect the right of others. And the next is communication style giving uh, and receiving effective feedback to balance in communication style as we use. And number one is receiving feedback effectively. We are continually receiving and giving feedback, whether explicit through oral or written language, or implied in gestures or tone of voice. Feedback conveys information about behaviors and hours and evaluation of the quality of those behaviors. While it is easy to take feedback personally, strive to perceive it as a learning opportunity. Feedback can reinforce exciting strengths and keep goal-directed behavior on course, clarify the effect of behaviors, and increase recipients' abilities to detect and remedy errors, errors on their own, and use the tips below to receive and give receiving effectively. And one is receiving feedback actively. Sorry. And number one is listen to the feedback given. This means not interrupting, hear the person out, and listen to what they are really saying, not not what you assume they will say. You can absorb more information if you are concentrating on listening and understanding rather than being defensive and focusing on your response. And number two is be aware of your response. Your body language and tone of voice often speak louder than words. Try to avoid putting barriers. If you look distracted and bored, that that sends a negative message as well. Attentiveness, on the other hand, indicates that you value what someone has to say and puts both of you at ease. And number three is be open. This means being receptive to new ideas and different options. Often, there is more than one way of doing something, and others may have a completely different viewpoint on a given topic. You may learn something worthwhile. And number four is understand the message. Make sure you understand what is being said to you, especially before responding to the feedback. Ask question. For clarification is necessary. Listen actively by repeating key points so that you know you have interpreted the feedback correctly. In a group environment, ask for others. Feedback before responding as well when possible. Be specific as to what kind of feedback you are seeking beforehand so you are not taken by surprise. And the next is reflect and decide what to do. Assess the value of the feedback, the consequence of using it or ignoring it, and then decide what to do because of it. Your response is your choice. If you disagree with the feedback, consider asking for a second opinion from someone else. And last is follow up. There are many ways to follow up feedback. Sometimes your follow up will simply involve implementing the suggestion given to you. In other situations, you might want to set up another meeting to discuss the feedback or to resubmit the revised work. And And the next is giving. Giving, receiving feedback, and how to giving effective feedback. Number one is concentrate on the behavior, not the person, because behavior is so important. One strategy is to open by stating the behavior in question, then describing how you feel about it, and ending with what you want. This model enables you to avoid sounding accusatory by using I and focusing on behaviors instead of assumes interpretation. Example, I have not seen in your class in 4 weeks. I'm worried that you're missing important information. Can we meet soon to discuss it? Instead, you, you obviously don't care about this course. And number two is balance the content. Use the sandwich approach. Begin by providing comments on specific strength. This provides reinforcement and identifies the things that recipients should keep doing. Then it identifies specific areas of improvement and ways to make change. Conclude with a positive comment. This model helps you to bolster confidence and keep the weak areas in perspective. Example, your presentation was great. You made good eye contact and were well prepared. You were a little hard to hear at the back of the room, but with some practice, you can overcome this. Keep up the good luck. Keep up the good work. Instead of you didn't speak loudly enough, however, this presentation went well. And the next is be specific. Avoid general comments that may be of limited use of the receiver. Try to include examples to illustrate your statement, as well offering alternatives rather than just giving advice allows the receiver to decide what to do with your feedback. And the next is be realistic. Feedback should focus on what can be changed. It is useless and frustrating for recipients to get comments and something over which they have no control. Also, remember to avoid using the words always and never. People's behaviors is rarely that consistent. And the next is on the feedback. When ordering evaluative comments, use the pronoun I rather than they or one, which would imply that your opinion is universally agreed on. Remember, the feedback is merely your opinion. And the next is be timely. Seek an appropriate time to communicate your feedback. Being prompt is key since feedback loses its impact to if delayed too long. Delayed feedback can also cause feelings of guilt and resentment in the recipients if the opportunity of improvement has passed. As well, if your feedback is primarily negative, take time to prepare what you will say alright. And the last is offer continuing support. Feedback should be a continuous process, not one-time event. After offering feedback, make a conscious effort to follow up. Let recipients know you are available if they have questions and if appropriate, ask for another opportunity to provide more feedback in the future. Okay, friends, that is my presentation. Thank you for the attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.